Yo, you playing a detective game too? Yeah. The real thing we gotta figure out is why all the characters in this game are dumb though. I forgot what happened last time, other than Watson's training arc. Cause I was just going, what do you mean they still haven't resolved the childhood love thing already? Yeah, so this route that we're on right now, our protagonist Emily is childhood friends with Watson, and the game has frequently had little moments where it was like, oh, she remembers him. Oh, actually, she doesn't remember him. And I'm just like, oh my god. Also, she has like this tendency to get her life in danger a lot, where she almost gets killed by murderers a lot. And last time, she almost got killed by Jack the Ripper. But Watson was getting sword training from Akechi, the guy on the right here. And so he was able to fight off Jack the Ripper. Oh, hi there, Snowy Arya! Hello, hello! How you doing today? Oh yeah, this game, I've been curious about it. It's interesting. It's very fun to play through it. Because it's just, I don't know. Something about the writing in this just makes me fall on the floor laughing. Which I don't think was their intention. Writing the game, but hey. Oh shit, Kobayashi Scott is back. Yeah, he's ready to punch people. MC has gotten jumped by Ripper like 3 times. Why does she keep insisting in wandering town and foggy nights by herself? For real! She just walked around last time. Like, she just walked out at night in the middle of the streets of London, and she was at someone's house. She had the ability to call like her butler, who I'm pretty sure if she called her butler, he would come running because he is tired of her getting in situations. Oh yeah, he locked her in the mansion because she kept almost dying and not following him. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna lock you in the house and make you unable to leave now. But Watson wound up having her jump out a window and go with him to investigate the murder, the attempted murder of the queen. Crocheting some gifts for friends, so wanted a good stream to listen to. Oh, nice. Good luck on the crocheting. You get isekai going to the store to buy milk, and now you're a graveyard keeper? Trying to get back home to your wife. Plays like Stardew Valley and such, but more goofy, and you get zombie minions. Ooh, that sounds really fun. Let me write that down on my notepad. I will have to check that out. A graveyard keeper. Graveyard keeper. Okay, anyway. Let's play the game. That just sounds like he's being adaptable. That's not a bad thing, is it? Adaptability, no. But in his case, it's a sign that his opponent controls the flow of combat. If one lacks the momentum to force his opponent to adapt to him, rather than the opposite, he will never be able to claim the upper hand. Oh, hello! I'm Yuki! It's nice to meet you, and I love Otome games too. Oh, hello, Yuki! Welcome! What's your favorite Otome games? Or what's some of your favorite Otome games? I'm a big fan of Amnesia. Also, whenever I play this game, it makes me want to play Code Realize. You make it sound like such a simple matter, but correcting it sounds as tough. It could prove... Wait, what? You make it sound like such a simple matter, but correcting it sounds as though it could prove quite challenging. I believe he himself has not failed to notice this flaw. Now, the only thing he lacks is an opportunity to conquer it. Akechi scanned the surroundings once more, but once again saw no signs of Watson. I guess he really isn't coming today. Might as well head back to the dorms then. This game feels like it's already 80% Code Realize, right? Like, we got Arsene, we can date well, I guess Arsene's son, but still, it's very similar. I suppose you're right. And again, you can't date Arsene. At least it isn't like Code Realize where you have to, I think to unlock Arsene's route, you have to do like everyone else's route in the game. And I'm like, why? I want to date Arsene. He's my favorite. I don't have a favorite yet. Still looking, but I do have Code Realize Future Blessings for my Switch. Ooh, nice. I still need to play the fan disc for that one. Yeah, he's the last. I was all about Van Helsing. The less so. Oh yeah, Van Helsing is really good too. I think my order was Impe, was it Impe, Frankenstein? Was it Frankenstein? Yeah, that was Frankenstein, right? Saint Germain, Van Helsing. Yeah. Ew, I do that. I don't know. At least in this game, they know everyone's gonna gun for Lupin because I wanted to go for Lupin, but they're like, yeah, no, you gotta beat it first. Yeah, not even remotely new, no. New to me? Yeah, we gotta raid. I just hope that nothing has happened to them. Yeah, hi there, Linux. Finally assenting to Kobayashi's claim that Watson must indeed be otherwise engaged, Akechi set off with him towards their dormitory, all the while casting many a backwards glance. Richmond Park, our destination, lies on the outskirts of London. Oh, was that what you meant, Linux? Oh, you meant the chatters. Okay. Yeah. I was about to Kobayashi punch you if you didn't recognize Kobayashi. It is known as the largest of the city's royal parks. Despite its expansive size, it is entirely enclosed by walls and populated by a variety of wild animals. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. How does the game sound? King Henry's Mound, perhaps the park's most scenic vista, offers visitors a panoramic view of the center of London. It was in that self-contained woodland that Her Majesty's fox hunt was to take place, under the watchful eye of Scotland Yard. Yeah, I would never recognize the British as persons. Oi. The completely contextless thing that could have actually been two separate potential inquiries. Yeah, sure, you got me, whatever. The game is meant to have sound right now? Oh, it's that inaudible? Okay, how about now? How about now? Hunting dogs leashed at their sides, the nobles invited to attend the hunt. Much better? Yeah, I hear the game now. Okay, good. Oh, you're playing Amnesia too, but the Japanese version? I can understand Japanese, but I'll also play the English version someday too. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Amnesia. Ukyo is one of my favorite Otome game characters just in general. The hunting dogs leashed at their sides. The nobles invited to attend the hunt looked out, admiring the park's scenic splendors. Sorry for the delay, Holmes.
いや、僕も先刻、父さんと同じ馬車でここに着いたところだ。
Apologies, unnecessary. I arrived by carriage with my father not long ago myself. No, not Machine for Pigs, the Otome game.
父さんは今日は王室を守るロイヤルガードに要請を受けて警備に
It
参加
seems
してい
he's
るらし
been asked by the Queen's Guard to assist with today's security.
い。しかし、ミス・ホワイトに
You're gonna turn in your dumb-ass modem on Thursday? Cannot wait for the asinine amount of problems this is gonna cause. Do not care for this ISP. Oh? You're changing carriers? They recommended I do so? Oh. Ganbare. That said, are you certain it's alright for you to be here, Miss Whiteley? Does Pendleton even... Oh, let's not think over long about me. More importantly, has Her Majesty arrived?
ああ、まだ姿を
Not
見
as
せ
of
ていない。
yet. Not as of yet. Still,
王室主
in the
催の
past,
狐狩りは
she's
いつ
always
も
come
見
to
物に
watch
来
the
るそうだ。
event, so I have little doubt she will make her entrance soon. It is old, and I'm sure it's not giving me the proper speeds we're paying for, but also I suspect something that should be extremely simple is gonna be a gigantic pain in the ass. Because it always is with these people. Yeah, Yeah, changing internet providers is rough.
このパークは周囲を壁に囲まれている。王室や貴族の馬車は全てホワイトロッジ前に止められているが。
This park is bounded on all sides by walls, with all the guests' carriages parked in front of the way. Oh, you're just changing your router? Suddenly we heard the barking of one of the dogs. Bark, bark!
ジャックラッセルテリア。狐狩り用に改良
Sounds
さ
like
れ
a
た
Jack
俊
Russell
敏で小さ
Terrier.
な。
They're a breed of small, agile hunting dogs bred for fox hunting. Speaking of animals, God, I loved that anime we watched last night. Mr. Villain's Off Day. It's so cute. I can't wait to watch more of it.
今日は結構な数の
I
猟犬
still
がパー
can't
ク
get
内に集まってい
over
る
that
はずだ。
that they had like an okapi and a shoe bill get shown in the anime. I literally started just kicking my feet, squealing when I saw the okapi and shoe bill. I love okapi and shoe bill. Oh, that one's super cute. Yeah, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but it's so good. I imagine there are quite a variety of hunting dogs gathered in the park today.
君た
Oh,
ち
hey there, Skyr.
今日は公園内では狐狩りが
Enjoy
行
your
われる
work.
招待客以外は立ち入り禁
Excuse
止だ
me. A fox hunt will be taking place in the park today. And as such, the park is presently off limits to anyone who isn't on the guest list. Hopefully the fiber project happens. They seem convinced that a router they sent to us that I did not want and did not use was randomly turned on 8 months after we sent it back, and that it somehow is our fault. What? After you sent it back? That don't make sense. Easily able to tell what we 3 youngsters did not number among the Queen's invited guests, the soldier gestured for us to leave. We came here to deliver an important message to Her Majesty. Would it be possible for us to enter? Uh-oh. My camera. My camera unplugged. Hold on. I guess this camera is getting old. Let's see. Oh wait, that is the wrong camera. You don't want to use NVIDIA broadcast. Okay. Here we go. Unfortunately, Her Majesty just unplugged her device for the day, so please return in the morning. Damn, camera said no, you may not enter. Yeah, wow, thanks. See, we need to tell Her Majesty that there's someone that's attempting to take her life, and I want this to be all about myself. So we gotta get her out of here so they attempt to kill me instead. I stepped closer to the guard, raising my hand to display the ring I wore. He hesitated for a moment, but nodded, motioning us in.
わかりましたですが用事が済んだらすぐに退出を
Very well, but once you finish your business, kindly vacate the premises.
わかりました。今日の狩りの邪魔になるようなことは決してしません。
Of course, we won't do anything to disrupt today's hunt.
ではくれぐれも
Take
ご
care
用心
then.
を
Emily gets itchy when she's not in mortal peril every day. Okay, yeah, she's allergic to being safe.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. With far less trouble than I had expected, we were allowed to enter the park. I don't know, I feel like that's like a safety risk. Letting us in, being like, we have something very important to tell the queen when we weren't allowed inside. Can you just imagine the sniper trying to kill her being like, I need to tell the queen something very important. And they're like, oh yeah, okay. And he's like, oh yeah, this big bag that's hanging off of my shoulders, don't worry about it. I brought lunch for everyone. I brought lunch for the queen. There definitely isn't like a pistol in here. Once we were greeted by a familiar face.
ジュニアたちじゃないか。
Oh,
それに
you.
ミス・ホワイトリー。ちょうどよかった。
The ring is probably the reason Emily was let through, I guess. Yeah, that's true. He did react to the ring. Well, look who decided to enjoy today's hunt. And I see you brought Miss Whiteley with you, too. Excellent timing on your part, I must say. The instant reaction to Holmes. I'd understand if they flashed some sort of ID at least, but I don't think they did. Yeah, they flashed the ring at least. But I have not caught up. The ring is probably, yeah.
父さん、そちらの状況はどうです？
Father, how is everything here?
ああ、女王を狙っているような不審者は幸か不幸かまだ見つかっていない。
Wait, why didn't they come here together? And didn't he say that his dad dropped him off? Well, for better or worse, we've thus far found no sign of anyone suspicious, or anyone who seems like his presence might threaten the safety of Her Majesty. I'm pretty sure Moggy starts stream in a couple minutes, so I don't wanna bother Dwarf about this.
そうですか。女王はどっちに？
Divide and conquer. I see. Is she currently in White Lodge?
まだだ。間もなく到着するだろうが。
Not till later? Oh, I thought you were starting in an hour. Not yet. She should arrive soon, however. It's Holmes. He's allergic to being near his dad for long. True.
今のところめぼしい異変は何も起こっていないように見えるのだが。
At least on the surface, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary so far.
気にかかっていることが一つあってな。
However, there's one thing troubling me.
何ですか？気にかかることって。
What's that, Mr. Holmes? Yeah, you can have him for 45 minutes before his curfew? Is that okay, Dwarf? Can I borrow you? Can I grab you?
ああ、1時間ほど前に公園に入ったブラント男爵の猟犬が1匹いなくなっている。
Well, roughly an hour ago, one of Baron Blunt's hunting dogs disappeared. Fine? Okay. Yay, I get to have Dwarf for 45 minutes. Whoopee! Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
Here
hello.
for the first time.
Hi. Yeah, let me get you the game. Thank you.
Was very systematically scheduled, you know, to not be a problem. You were supposed to be playing Umineko right now.
Yeah. Then things didn't exactly happen the way I was planning. Lord knows why. Oi. I don't want to bother Dwarf. Dwarf, I feel a great disturbance in the force. Hunting dog? What breed?
ジャック・ラッセル・テリアだよ。しつけの行き届いた犬だったし、男爵に懐いていたそうだが。
Yeah.
A Jack Russell Terrier. From all indications, it was a well-trained hound and quite attached to the Baron as well.
Yeah, I got food. That's what I was doing.
そうですか。
I see.
探せれば
I really hope he can be found. And I hope he's alright, I found myself saying quietly.
それは難しいな。森や茂みも無数にある。
To find an individual, be it dog or man, will be no easy task. This park is rife with wooded areas and bushes.
分かってるよ。それよ
Alright.
り俺たちの目的は
Dwarf
女王陛下
is
暗殺の
both
阻
of
止だ。
them. Whoops. I know. And besides, our main purpose here is to prevent an attempt on Her Majesty's life. What was that?
I mean, you can do whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
そういうことだ
Yeah,。you can be Holmes.
敵の潜みそうな場所は
Exactly. And that is precisely why we need to narrow down the areas where our foes may be lying in wait.
As if to punctuate his declaration, Holmes spread a map of the park before us. It took but a minute before we realized that the park was far too vast, with too many potential places where a foe might lie in wait, for us to investigate them all. It was then that we noticed an albatross soaring above of the park's woodlands. It made a slow loop, never seeming to drift away from that area.
あの森の上を見て。
Look there, above the trees. There's an albatross that seems to be circling the skies above that one area. Wait, is someone using like the albatross as like a lookout on the sniper team or something?
まさかとは思うけど、この
Oh.
付近に死体がある可能性は。
Oh, so they're like corpse birds. Do you think there might be a body there? Some sort of carry-on, perhaps?
ああ、僕も今それが気になったところだ。
You might want to mentally prep if I'm reading this scene correctly.
Wait, what?
I said you might want to mental prep if I'm reading this scene correctly.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh boy.
Those are my thoughts as well.
彼らは獲物の匂いに敏感だ。死体でなくても弱った動物の上に飛翔してやがて訪れる死を待つことがある。
Albatrosses possess a very keen sense of smell. If they espy a creature nearly dead, it is a simple matter for them to effortlessly glide above, trading time for the simplicity of an easy meal.
An aid and abetting albatross. Oh, I hope it's a person and not an animal.
一応
Yes, of course.
Do you think it would be worth taking a look?
That's not a question
何
mark.
か手がかりを得られるか
Oh,
もしれないな。
whoops.
No, that's what I was saying. That it feels like it should have been a question mark.
Ah, okay.
Of course, that bird is likely not circling without reason.
待って、私も行くわ。
Wait, let me come with you too. Bruh, the albatross will take you away because it sensed that you're gonna die soon, Emily. It'll be like, oh yeah, she's got the stench of death on her. Take her away.
分かったよ。君にも杖を借りた方が良さそうだしね。
No, that's fine. Safer. That's the safest place you can be.
Alright, your knowledge could prove an asset here.
では本当に何か見つけたらできる限り詳しく調べて僕に伝えてくれ。
If you do happen to discover anything worthy of note, I trust you to look into it as much as you're able and inform me of your findings.
ホームズは
What will you do?
僕も他に怪しいところを探ってみる。
Damn, he talks fast.
Yeah.
I intend to find out whether any other areas of the park stand out as suspicious, rendering their priority locations for investigation. Rendering their that reads weird. Is that correct?
Let me see.
I feel like that should be a them, not a their.
Huh, maybe.
あ
Either means life.
I see.
危険だからといってもやめるお前たちじゃないだろう。
I imagine pointing out the dangers inherent in your undertaking would be insufficient to dissuade you from seeing it through.
I like how it's like his dad talks really slow, but he speaks really fast. He's like, I ain't gonna be like my dad. I'm gonna talk fast.
気をつけてくれよ。
I was more willing
何かあったら
to assume
深入り
that
する前に
just
私に知
maybe
ら
the
せるん
line
だ。
was not as long as it was in the original Japanese script.
Hmm.
That being the case, I shall simply advise you to exercise every caution. And, should you happen to discover anything, I would ask that you inform me before charging in head first. Understood?
はい
Right. Charge in head first. Got it. Watson and I sped towards our destination atop the back of Platinum Rain.
So just you two? Okay, I'm putting food in the oven. Hold on.
yeah, no, sorry. Herlock's just gonna have to walk on his own.
ごめんなさいね。
Again,
No worries.
I apologize for asking that we take a longer route to get there. Hi there, ID. For Julius before the divorce.
いや確かに君の言う通りだ。移動中に敵の目に触れたら全てが台無しだ。
No, you were fully in the right. If we took the quickest, most direct route, but were spotted by those whose presence we were trying to uncover, we'd lose the crucial element of surprise. Yeah, I need to look at the credits for this game. I feel like there have at least been 2 different translators, and one of their grammar is worse than the other.
しっかり捕まってくれよ。
Keep a tight hold. Alright, your knowledge could prove an asset here. Like again, all she said was, eh. Not your knowledge could prove an asset here. Suddenly we heard the blaring of a horn behind us. The peal of the horn was immediately followed by the baying of hounds.
12時狐狩りが始まったんだわ。
It's the stroke of noon. The hunt has begun.
ああ、急ぐぞ。
Then we need to hurry. Finally, we arrived at the woodland copse? The woodland copse! The woodland corpse, above which the albatross we had seen still drifted lazily. Dismounting from Platinum Rain, we surveyed our surroundings. Yeah, this part of the script, they were rushing out, I bet.
確かこの辺りだけど。
Oh, this is definitely the right spot. The great sea fowl circling overhead seemed to pay us no regard.
何もない？
There's nothing here. So someone took the corpse?
いや、おそらく。
At first glance, perhaps, but let's take a closer look. Watson scanned the ground.
茂みの中だ。
The dog is here. It's likely in the bushes.
小さな
It
茂み
wouldn't
の
be
中。
at all difficult to conceal the body of a small animal among the foliage. Oh. Watson bent down, peering through the grass and brush.
いた。
There. Yeah, I'm not human. This is just a form I take on. I'm the bunny in the pocket. Watson called out to me as quietly as he could. He hurried towards a nearby bush and pushed back its branches. From within the shrubbery, he gently lifted out a small dog. Aww.
ジャックラッセルテリアだわ。
It's a Jack Russell Terrier.
そうか。人間である俺たちには視覚でも上空からは見えていたんだ。
That makes sense. From the ground, this was something of a blind spot, but not from a bird's eye view. Looking skyward, I saw that the canopy of tree branches above was thin in this area, and the light of midday streamed through to illuminate the ground.
銃で撃たれたのね。でもまだ生きてるわ。
He's been shot, but there's still some life in him. Yeah, the Iraqi school ability. I hate it here.
I mean, this is like the narrative foil to the first meeting. They're actually gonna save the animal this time, obviously.
なんとか。
I wish I could help
maybe-
him, but we've
or
got a
maybe not.
doctor. Watson's a doctor though. If Watson doesn't save the dog, I'm gonna be very upset.
I'm sorry, someone's dying today, and if it's not you, it's me. That's just how it is in here. It's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
God. Well, thank you for the head pats. I trailed off, unable to even finish my thought.
今は
What?
女王の
No!
命を狙う
No!
見つけ出さない。
You saved that! I am pissed off. Agreed. Right now our highest priority is to find those who even now plot to take Her Majesty's life. Save the dog! The dog's more important than the queen! What the fuck, Watson?
それにもう
Unfortunately, we're too late to help this little fellow.
You know, right? Maybe I guess maybe I'm a better writer than these guys. Sorry. I thought there was meant to be like a hey, we can do it right this time.
Yeah, there's a whole script here to inform the queen. Come on, it's still alive! What the fuck do you mean it's too late?
You're getting demoted, motherfucker. Sorry. Animal King. You're an animal duke.
Yeah, fuck you, Watson. I thought you knew better.
Baron at best.
The frustration in his voice was palpable. Watson gently lay a sheet of cloth over the dog's still small form. And we set about searching the surroundings. Isn't he saying it's too late though? Yeah, but Emily said it's still alive. I don't know, I would at least want to try and save it. Even if it's futile.
撃ったやつはこの近くにいたんだ。
There are clear signs the dog was forcibly pushed into that bush, which shows that the culprit was here.
けどまだ生きてる。まだ近くにいる。
That the dog is still alive means the shooting cannot have taken place that long ago, meaning our mark is likely not far. Watson whispered quietly to me.
見て、
Look,
足跡があるわ。
tracks! I pointed at a patch of ground nearby where human footprints were clearly visible in the soft earth.
追っていこう。姿勢を低くして。
Let us see where they lead. Stay low to the ground as best you're able. Right. We nodded my assent, and together we began following the footprints.
Isn't she in like a big dress?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, sneak around.
A very big and bright dress. Though at first easy to make out, the footprints became obscured by the roots of trees, making them impossible to retrace any further.
Emily in the Naked Snake Nom camo dress would go pretty hard, to be honest with you.
No, the thing is, the dog didn't die from the bush. The dog got pushed into a trap and then got shot, I think is what they were saying.
Just shot.
Yeah. But a little beyond our position, I caught sight of something. It kind of reminds me of that one game I played with Kitbees a while back, where I think it was at a hunting thing too, where they put like these things on the ground and had it to where like the bullets shoot up at you. I'm not sure how that works in real life, but
見て、あれ。
look, over there. Between the trees, I was able to make out a single black carriage. It was hidden well, considering its size. At its head, we saw two horses quietly resting beneath the trees. Oh yeah, that game, yeah, the mystery game with the maid.
あの馬車の近くに行こう。足音を立てない。
Game is kind of similar in vibes to that one. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. Step lightly, Emily.
気をつけるわ。
I'll be right behind you.
I keep thinking that Sprite is she has like weird lips, but now her mouth is open.
Got big brat's lips.
Yeah, kinda. the Bandai Namco blaming lips.
Edging in closer, we could see that the carriage was empty, without even a driver or coachman to be seen. What we could make out, however, were several sets of footprints leading away from it. You don't remember the name, but you remember the method? Oh? I heard in the distance the vigorous barking of the dogs and the pounding of horses' hooves, interspersed with the ringing crack of gunshots.
Hey, you guys are wearing like orange, like high-vis vests, right? Like you're not about to get shot, right? Like Emily might be okay. Watson, like you're kind of in green.
Yeah. I completely focused on the hunt. And judging by the noise, they're getting closer too. We must make haste. Like, did we bring a gun with us? Because I feel like that should probably be a thing that you should bring to someone that you know has a gun. You know?
Teenagers.
モラン大佐、女王が
Who
例
the
の丘に
fuck is
姿
this
を現す
cultist?
ロイヤルガードが周囲を固めていますが、
Colonel Morin, the Queen has made her appearance on the mound as planned. She is, however, well protected by the Queen's Guard.
Fucking with Charon?
We can
Anyone
make...
who makes a Olympus joke is getting shot. Don't stop typing. Delete the message. I hear you. You know who I'm talking about. And it's not her.
We can make out the voices of several men speaking in hushed tones. Yo, where's the boat?
構わん。女王を狙撃しろ。
I believe you were Morin.
I don't think I've ever been around when this guy was.
Oh wait,
Unless
really?
we thought this was. I thought we were talking about Moriarty. I guess this would be him.
Yeah.
No matter. Take her out with sniper fire regardless.
What you said, basically putting the bullet on the ground facing up so that when you step on it, the shell breaks the gunpowder and makes it shoot the bullet. Right, that was how it worked. Yeah, it's not Moriarty, it looks like. I know Moriarty's in this game, but... Colonel Morin sneered, looking into the distance at King Henry's Mound. I actually recently watched the opening again, and there were a lot of characters we haven't seen yet, so I wonder if each route has, like, a different villain in it.
ロイヤルガードに多少の犠牲を出しても構わない。
What does it matter to us if a few brave souls of the Queen's Guard forfeit their lives in the process?
Moriarty was the dog. Unfortunately, he's not in this route. Ah. I know this dude was the guy that shot Jack's leg. Okay. Moriarty for Herlock route and Morin for Watson route makes sense to me. I'm joking, I don't know. You could have convinced me. I could have been like, oh, he's a dog? Okay. I mean, really weird way to adapt him in this setting, but...
Hi.
As you wish. And as the robed man lifted his rifle and took aim, Watson stepped out to confront them. I sure hope you have a way to defend yourself against a guy with a rifle.
モラン大佐
You'll harm no one on our watch, Colonel.
邪魔をさせてもらうよ俺はホームズを罠にはめたお前を許さない
I'll never forgive you for framing Holmes. Never. We have friendship. Get shot. Yeah, if they don't have a weapon, I'll be surprised if they make it out alive. That's some real narrative.
猟犬並みの嗅覚だな。
That is not what he said. Okay. Well, if it isn't William Watson, it seems fitting that amidst the hunt, our track should be sniffed out by a dog of different sort.
Yeah, let me re-listen to that. Oh wait. I guess I gotta go forward one. Say what you will, but your careless disposal of the missing hunting hound led us directly to you. Yeah, let me see.
ワトソン・ジュニアか。猟犬並みの嗅覚だな。
Yeah, I can't recognize the last part, but it's definitely not that.
なるほど。猟犬同士、気が合うらしいな。
Where one mongrel loses the trail, another is liable to pick it up again.
Watson thought again of that terrier lying now beneath the sheet, a life he was unable to save, and clenched his fist in anger. You guys!
Nothing we could have done.
あの犬を撃った
Who cares about the queen? Go save the dog! Why did you shoot him? What possible benefit could there have been in it?
ああ、目障りだったから撃った。それだけのことだ。
Shot it because it was an eyesore. It's all the reason I needed.
Yo, he really is an Iraqi villain.
それにしてもよく吠える犬だ。だが、うるさい犬は始末しなくてはな。
And now I espy another howling dog. A noisome cur that I'd best be put down.
Yeah, guards, execute this guy. He just killed a dog because he was like, oh, it's a little noisy. Yeah, fuck off. Colonel Morin laughed derisively.
先にそいつを始末しろ。女王はその後だ。
Take him out first. You'll have all the time you need to get the queen in your sights. Wait, also, wait, yeah, now hold on a second. They were gassing this guy up as a good sniper. He just has his, like, this fucking freak doing it.
Right.
You're telling me this dude rolled up at the function with the queen in robe, and nobody's like, huh.
I think they snuck in. Watson shoots a flare. Now all of China knows you're here.
Dude, you're going through the forest in a robe. Like, that, you're gonna get snagged on one thing, and then you're naked.
Their attention turned from King Henry's mound. More insubordinates began to slowly encircle Watson. He can't possibly take them all on himself. What was that?
It'll figure itself out.
Unwilling to simply cower while he waged a battle outnumbered, I was about to leap out and rush to his aid.
ワトソン君、手伝おう。彼にはたっぷり話がある。
Stand tall, Watson. I'll back you up. After all, I have many questions for the Colonel, and I mean to have my answers.
It was not only Holmes, for behind him stood others. The Queen's Guard?
裏で君たちが女王の暗殺を企てていることは薄々気づいていたが。
We had suspected that you would move to assassinate Her Majesty.
He's gonna royal guard me!
罠にかかったのは君たちだ。今日の狐狩りの真の獲物は君たちだよ、モラン大佐。
However, your goals will never be realized. The hunter has now become the quarry, and the hounds have tripped you at last, moron. Moron, sorry. It's fucking Freudian slip.
Yeah, don't worry. He's a moron. Mr. Holmes, thank you very much.
君たちが彼らを見つけてくれたんだ。ミス・ホワイトリー。君の勇気には敬意を表する。
The thanks belongs to you, Miss Whiteley. For our timely arrival was only made possible due to you uncovering their location. Your courage is deserving of the highest praise.
あとは下がっていたまえ。ここは我々が肩をつける。
But now I ask you to fall back. Please, please do not get involved. Let us handle these rogues.
Yeah, please don't walk in front of us and get shot. Hi. Alright. Yeah, I think I can kind of see what you mean now.
It's not that sprite. I'll show you. I'll tell you when I see it.
Okay. You're in danger if you stay here. They've targeted you before. They'll not think twice about doing it again. I want you to run to White Lodge and not stop until you reach it. She hesitated. She wanted to jump out. She's like, oh man, alright. As soon as this has been settled, I'll follow after you. Got it. Not needing a second admonition, I broke into a sprint towards White Lodge. The sound of gunfire behind me seemed to grow louder with each second that passed. However, the entire situation felt somehow amiss, though I cannot put my finger on why. Something's not right here. Already, the bursts of gunfire seem further away than when the fight broke out. Oh, you're ovening food out? Ovening the out? If they were simply returning fire against the Queen's Guard, what would account for the more distant sound? Wait, could this be a ploy to lure the Queen's Guard away, leaving Her Majesty relatively undefended? Oh. What are they plotting? Yeah, go get your food, Moggy. Just then, beyond a cluster of brush, I saw someone moving, a figure most unexpected. Uh-oh. Oh! We always get in danger! Woohoo! It was none other than Colonel Morin, retreating from the battle alone, and it appeared unseen. Hi there, Misha! Welcome, welcome! What is he doing here? Also, is my bonk thing off? No? It's slightly off. Let me fix it. There you go. Also, I don't know if anyone else here, like, uses tits, but I've been getting an error every time I start tits that makes me be like, huh? And I, like, checked the itch.io page for it, and it didn't seem to have gotten an update. So I don't know why I always get an error starting it. Like, it still works, but... What is he doing here? You know, I'm surprised we haven't got an immortal peril counter for Emily going on. Yeah, you know what? We should do that. When we start the next route, we should just have like a counter every time we play Mysteria to be like, amount of times Emily's life has been in danger. Yeah, tits, you know. Twitch integrated throwing system. Yeah, he said what he said. What is he doing here? That means the Queen's Guard are only engaged in battle with his lackeys. There among the trees, he paused. That makes much more sense. Bracing himself, he raised his rifle in his right hand, placing his left beneath the barrel to steady his shot. But Morin's target did not seem to be the Queen. Not at this moment, at least. Oh, is it me? Do I get to have my life be in peril? That's not a rifle. Yeah, isn't that like a Chinese gun or something? I saw Watson locked in battle with several of the robed men, their focus on the immediate danger before them. I remember one time Linux identified what the gun was, and that's definitely not a rifle. I'm assuming the people that translate this are just given like the text and they don't see what is on the screen. So they can't be like, oh, that's not a rifle. Oh, welcome. Well, Morin came and I think he's about to like shoot us. A Mauser C96. I saw Watson locked in battle with several of the robed men. They focus on the immediate danger before them. Neither he nor Holmes appeared to have noticed that Colonel Morin had already slipped away. Yeah, he's totally gonna shoot us. Oh, he's trying to shoot Watson. Oh no! If I don't intervene, Watson will be in great danger! Unfortunately, the battle was too distant for me to draw Watson's attention. Even a shout would not reach his ears. Or for Resident Evil fans, the Red 9. But even as I wondered what to do, he had placed his finger upon the trigger. No! I won't let you! With determination stealing my nerves, I flew into action. Reaching down, I took from the ground a stone and, with all the force I could muster, hurled it at Morin's arm. Yeah, they probably didn't see the CG. That and the word could be vague, depending on if they said ju, soju, reifuru, etc. Yeah. Tends to be a very common thing with, like, companies like these translating stuff.
Missed!
Though the stone missed its mark, it succeeded in diverting his attention towards me. Yeah, brick throw.
I did it! Now the guy with the gun's looking at me!
Yay! And I have no way of defending myself. Yippee! Yeah, only I get to get shot, Watson. At least now Watson will be safe. I'm glad I was for it, but I now faced a different and even more immediate problem.
Kozakashi!
Impertinent child!
Emily, for fuck's sake. Please, Emily. Colonel Morin immediately leveled his gun at me. I fled, keeping myself a moving target, but I now had his attention whether or not I wished it. The bullet hit the ground near my feet. I knew not whether to think it a warning shot or a near miss.
動くな。次は当てる。
Don't move. My next shot will find its mark, I assure you.
昔に比べれば腕は多少劣るが、さすがにこの距離では外さない。
Bastard. My aim may not be what it once was, but at this range, I'm not going to miss.
His rifle still... That's not a rifle! Still trained on me. Colonel Morin drew ever closer. The fear that at any moment a bullet might rip through me kept me to the spot. I couldn't risk running, and I had nothing with which to fight him. Out of options, I soon found myself in his grasp.
ホワイトリーの娘。これで終わりだ。
This is the end of the line for you, Whiteley.
Yay! I finally get to get killed! Yippee! I always wanted that! The calmness in his voice as his fingers mercilessly squeeze my throat to okay, why is he choking Emily when he has a gun? Huh? I don't think this will go as you want it to. He just really wanted to make it personal, I guess. I grabbed onto his arm with every bit of force I could muster. Can't use a rifle in close range, of course.
せいぜい友人に感謝するんだな。これでも、お前は予定より長く生きた。
You should be grateful to your friends. You've lived far longer than was ever intended.
You could say that again, Colonel Moore.
せめて、両親より苦しまずに、ここで殺してやろう。
At the very least, I'll give you an end less painful than that of your parents.
Okay, so he's the one that killed our parents. You knew my parents then?
Hey, where'd the screen effect go? You're way more conscious than you were 5 seconds ago.
She's overcome with her family getting killed of rage that she can see shit now.
お前に教える筋合いはない。
You are in no position to ask questions.
My feet touched the ground only lightly, my breathing strained.
獲物には狩りの意味などわからないのだからな。永遠に。
It is not for prey to understand why it is hunted. Even in its final moments, the greater design eludes it.
I think this guy should stop yapping and just kill her already. I had no response to give him. The difficulty of drawing breath made it so, but no, it's not the only thing. I despise being at the mercy of such a man. There's nothing I can do. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you threw the rock at him. Just pull the trigger already, Piglet. The truth I had sought for years. The knowledge I've wanted more than anything is there before me, but just out of reach. It seemed that this was to be the end of me. I had yet to tell Watson anything. It seemed that now, those words would remain forever unspoken. But then, at the edge of my darkening field of vision, I thought I saw him. I just saw what you sent me. Hold on. Hold on. It isn't the consequences of my own actions. So true. It seems that this was to be the end of me. I'd yet to tell Watson anything. It seemed that now those words would remain forever unspoken. But then at the edge of my darkening fields of vision, I thought I saw him, saying you're in danger. Emily, I'm coming!
What the...
Keep that to yourself, nasty ass. Here's no trick of the mind. Watson was rushing towards me.
ワトソン・ジュニアか。ホームズ・ジュニアはどうした？
No good of you to join us, William. Where's your friend Holmes the Younger?
Busy stopping your men.
そして、お前は銃声を聞きつけて駆けつけたのか。賢明な判断だ。
You came running after you heard the gunshot, then. Good intuition. This makes it all the easier for me.
This sounds like something that would play during like a fighting game. Like Blaze Blue or something.
Not Blaze
Well,
Blue.
then maybe not Blaze Blue, yeah. Like Melty, what was it? Melty Kiss or something like that? No, not Melty Kiss. That's the chocolate. Melty Blood.
I would sooner say the Akira games, maybe like EX Layer or EX 1 through 3. That seems a little more appropriate.
Also, probably Arcana Heart, definitely.
I haven't played that game, so maybe.
I felt the gun's cold muzzle pressing into my temple. Yes, gun, not rifle.
お前は二度も私の邪魔をした。それをあの世で後悔してもらう。
This is twice now you have gotten in my way. You shall have no shortage of time to regret it in hell.
お前やホームズジュニア、それにあのシャーロック・ホームズを始末する。
But you'll not be left to weep and gnash your teeth alone. Your friend Holmes and his contemptible father will be joining you as well.
Imagine this guy's arm length. He's holding her and a rifle to her temple. You'd think the translator would have noticed by now. You. Watson's voice seethed with anger, and he raised his hand towards Morin. I saw what it was he had been clutching. It was a pistol, something I had never expected to see in the hands of one so kind as him.
劇場に駆られて殴りかかると思えば少しは冷静さも持ち合わせているか。
I'd half expected you to lose yourself in anger and come swinging at me like some dumb brute. But I see you haven't yet taken leave of all your senses.
Watson's got a gun!
その拳銃
Should have got one a long
私
time
の部
ago.
下から奪ったか。
I take it that gun belonged to one of my men.
Did. He was a little careless, you see. I wish he didn't pilfer it from like the men. I wish he like brought it himself, because that implies he had to go hand-to-hand combat with a guy with a gun to grab it from him. I'd rather imagine that after all of these life attempts on Emily's life, he's like, yeah, I should probably buy a gun. Watson kept the gun steady, his arm outstretched. His gaze, which contained in it a fury barely restrained, was fixed fully on Colonel Morin. However,
面白い。お前に撃てるのか。
Interesting. Do you really think you have it in you to shoot me?
綺麗事のためにその引き金は引けるのか。彼女を傷つけてでも私を始末したいか。
Can you pull that trigger out of some misplaced sense of heroism? You thirst for my blood so much that you would risk spilling hers to sate your spite.
子供だと思って
you
舐
want
め
to
ている。
estimate me for my age, but at no one's peril more than your own.
親父が軍医だったんだ。銃の使い方は幼い頃から学んでいる。
My father served as a military physician. I've known how to handle a gun since I was a young boy.
覚悟するのは
You'd best prepare
お前の方
yourself.
だ。
Certain that at so close a range, his shot would hit the colonel. Watson fingered the trigger. However, I could see in him the hesitation. Could Watson buy a gun? I don't think he's a fully grown adult. I guess he could have asked his dad for one. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Man, right before getting shot.
This is like what, like early London? I think he could have got a gun.
Yeah. I don't think they had like gun control laws that quite so strict. Watson shot me a glance, the struggle clearly written on his features. Why did things have to come to this?
You.
If only I hadn't let Colonel Morin catch me. Emily, please! You should think this stuff more. More than anything, I wish not to be a burden to Watson. Too late for the 15th time. I hoped in this moment of crisis to be an asset and ally, not a part of the obstacle.
Wato-san!
From my throat still in Morin's vice-like grasp, I managed to shout his name.
大丈夫よ、ワトさん。私はあなたを信じているわ。
I'll be alright, Watson. I believe in you.
君
Emily.
だから彼の言葉より私の言葉を信じて。
So don't believe him. Believe me.
あなたにならできるはずだわ。その理由はあなたが一番よく知ってる。
You can do this. More than anyone. You yourself know why.
Fuck it, is Dracula coming out? What is this?
But
大丈夫よ。
you'll be fine. Just be calm. Trust in yourself. Boss battle time. I smiled in his direction through the pain. If we could capture Colonel Morin, not only would we ensure the safety of Her Majesty, Holmes could also prove his innocence. My hope renewed, I stood more determined than before. Even were the worst to befall me, I would have trusted in him to the very end, with nary a regret or doubt.
どうする？彼女は覚悟を決めたようだが。
Seems she has made her decision. What will you do, William?
Watson began to reply, his fingers still hooked around the trigger.
分かった。
Alright, believe in me then.
信じてくれ。
No matter what, cling to that hope, and then she dies. Then he's just like,
信じてくれ。
Clear! Just snaps her neck in
分
half.
かったわ。
I will. It takes like so little for you to just snap her neck in half, Morin. Still held in Colonel Morin's grasp, it seemed as though Watson's gun was pointed no less at me than the Colonel. Morin's own not rifle, however, was trained squarely on Watson.
大丈夫。
It'll be alright. I know you will. If the pistol was a rifle, does that make the revolver a shotgun? Probably. In that moment, I believed in Watson wholly and completely, with a trust that would never waver. Pretty sure it just made a shotgun loading sound too. Yeah, it did! Colonel Morin would surely shoot Watson without the slightest hesitation. However,
ワトさんは人の急所を誰よりよく知っているはず。致命傷となる場所が分かれば、そうでない場所だって分かるはず。
Watson's knowledge of the human body's vital points is greater than practically anyone. He knows precisely where to shoot, should he wish to kill a man. But by the same token, he also knows where to shoot should the preservation of life be his aim. He is like 15 years old, Emily. What do you mean?
Is she gonna shoot through Emily? Is she gonna fucking piccolo her? That would be so based.
Such knowledge would, I reasoned, allow him to act without being at the mercy of Colonel Morin. Right now, more than anyone, Watson was... Two shots rang out near simultaneously. Weakened from a lack of air, I felt my legs begin to give out from underneath me. Unable to hold up my own body, I slumped to the ground. My shoulder ached as though it was on fire, yet strangely, I felt no fear.
ためらいなく撃ったか。
You shot without any reluctance.
With a crack, one more shot pierced the air. The bullet, however, failed to find its mark, sailing far into the distance.
鈍ったものだな。
I really am out of practice. Should figure out which gun I'm even holding. Firing this rifle with a bum arm, one-handed, not one the play.
Watson's roar was a primal sound. Welling up from within to drown out any other of the sounds that surrounded us as he closed the distance between he and the colonel. Watson struck with his right fist. The blow hit with all the force of his charge, knocking Morin clean off his... How'd he get that close? Reeling from the force of the impact, Colonel Morin staggered backward, dropping to the floor unconscious.
やっぱりワトソンは強い。
I knew it. Watson truly is strong.
しっかりして。
Emily, can you hear me? Don't you give up now. In a distant gaze, I heard Watson shouting to me. I wanted to respond, to tell him I was fine, but I simply couldn't muster the energy.
Watson, that boy I met all those years ago, I think I loved him. Sorry, you're not my first.
Placed his hand upon my back, lifting my head and chest from the ground. His expression, which had moments ago been the image of a roaring lion, was completely different. He seemed almost as though he might break into tears. Emily, I'm so sorry. I hurt you. I scared you.
本当にごめん。
ワトソン
Watson, this is nothing.
この程度なんでもないわ。
It was then that I felt the pulsing of pain once more from my shoulder. The shot Watson fired had grazed the skin. Let's go! I rallied enough of my strength to look up at his face. Watson shot Emily! Woo!
Apparently.
God, this truly is the heartbreaking. Oh. A single line that seemed at first glance like a burn mark was visible upon his cheek. I guess you'd better put that band-aid on again.
He's gonna have a second band-aid.
Yeah, he's got 2 band-aids. Must have been caused by the first shot Colonel Morin fired, I surmised. As if drawn by that marring mark, I slowly extended my hand towards it. In a like manner to a child afraid of his father's switch. Huh? Watson tensed and drew back. However, I did not gently, placing my hand on his cheek. Of his father's switch? What?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Huh?
It's like, it's a stick you hit your kids with when they're being stupid.
Oh, okay. All I could think was the Nintendo Switch.
Something Emily has not received anywhere near enough of.
Watson, are you alright? Huh?
痛く
That
ない？
doesn't hurt, does it?
痛くなんかない。このくらい。
Of course not. Barely even a scratch.
そうよかったわ。
Why does she sound like she's dying when she got grazed on the shoulder? I guess because he choked her, I guess.
Probably because you were getting choked for 4.5 minutes.
That's good. I knew I was right to believe in you. Honestly, though, Emily is incredibly impulsive and has a brain that looks like 2 chicken breasts. I'd say she should have been a side character. If she was a side character, she would have died.
バカ。だけど。
She got plot armor. But I hurt you. You're not the one that was choking me. I mean, you can choke me later if you want.
Hurt me. You're not even in the top 10. You're not even in the top 10 of people who have damaged me this month.
He grew quiet, closing his eyes. He then wrapped me in a snug embrace. The warmth of being in his arms spread throughout my body. I felt the rhythm of his heart, and for a brief moment, all I wanted was to let out the pent-up fear I had been holding in.
転んだのと同じことよ。
True.
腕だって動かせるし問題ないわ。
I'm fine. I've taken more dangerous spills simply tripping over my own feet. My arms seem to be alright as well. Yeah, she like trips over her own feet and then she rolls tumbling into a murderer's grasp.
怖かったくせにどうして
You just went through a harrowing experience. You don't need to force yourself to grit your teeth and smile.
あんな状況で
Even with your life in the balance.
俺
You
を勇
didn't
気
call
づ
out
け
for
られるんだ
help. Instead, you called out to me with encouragement.
どうして
Why?
だって
I'm used to almost
したかった
dying.
の
Because I wanted to believe in you.
あの時
In
は
that
それが
situation, I felt as though that was the most important thing I could do.
大切な気がして
I was hardened by his care and concern for me. Even so, I felt the tears I had tried to hold back well up in my eyes, and could do little to stop their outpouring. Because you kept tripping over your feet instead of taking action, Watson. Come on, dude. Emily,
君
you're crying.
泣いてる
Oh. Okay, Ayo. I like that CG. Watson put his hand to my cheek. His eyes bespoke a lingering sorrow, but had lost none of their pureness and clarity.
泣いてなんかいないわ
I'm not. Yeah, it's a really nice CG. I really like the lighting. And they actually detailed Watson getting scratched with the bullet.
でもね少しだけ怖かった
Well, if I must confess, I was a bit frightened.
ホラン大佐に捕まった時このままあなたとお別れなんだって思ったら
When Colonel Morin caught me, I thought I would never again be able to see you. It felt truly terrible.
まったく君はどこまで
Honest to a fault, as always. Yo, kissing! Woohoo! Suddenly, the words on the tip of my tongue were snatched away, as his lips pressed against mine in a kiss. Neither forceful nor greedy, his affection anointed me like the morning sun. Oh, you can see the scratch on her shoulder. I realized that all he did to ease my pain and lend me comfort amidst my troubles. Ew, cooties. Hi, Barn. And they still haven't resolved the dang childhood memory issue yet. Please! Is the game gonna, like, it's not. It's definitely not gonna end without them addressing that. I know Otome games, they're not like that, but I'm still scared. Knowing he was there, that he stood with me, come what may, only evoked further tears. What had begun as a few tears had become as a river, and yet Watson held me close all the while. After this day, after the fear, the terror, and the uncertainty, I finally felt at peace. I can now die. Thank you. Otome games. Yeah, donkeys love eating Otome games. The tension that had coiled itself tightly within my body began finally to unfurl. The danger had passed, and relief had come. Watson leaned in, entreating me. Is this gonna be another instant of like, oh, we caught the killer, but instead of turning him over to, you know, the authorities, we're just gonna make out.
お願いだからそんなに無理をしないでくれ
Like, Morin is somewhere in the corner watching this happen.
ちゃんとそう言ってくれ
He punched him and he landed directly in the chair in the corner.
Please, I want you to stop holding in all you feel like this. If you're afraid, say so. If you're in pain, tell me. Stop! If Lauren fucking dips out while they're making out, I'm gonna cry. The killer is sitting around the corner thinking, oh, get a fucking room. He spoke with an earnest conviction.
わかるだろ
You know that I'm a rather straightforward man. Perhaps simple-minded, even.
裏を読むの
Or am I quick to read into thoughts and actions?
自分の気持ち
And
を
when
抑
it comes to suppressing my own feelings,
本当は
well, that's never been a problem of mine, as you know. He was trying with such fervency to put his thoughts into words, yet his eyes told me everything.
痛いの我慢したって
Nothing good comes from trying to turn your eye away from your own pain, you know.
だからさ
If you're hurt, it's alright to cry.
痛い時は思いっきり
Who
泣
do
い
you
ていいん
think
だ
you
よ
are, Misane Mikoto?
本当にどうも
You're not
あり
like
がとう
her.
あなたお名前は
Thank you so much. May I ask your name?
俺の名前は
My name? It's... Oh wow, I
Colonel Warren.
wonder who the childhood love interest could be. Oh! Watson could
Oh
never.
yeah, the Band-Aid! Shit, I thought I saw that somewhere.
ウィル
He's been wearing that
William
band-aid
Taylor.
since he was 9 years old. Damn. It's William. William H. Watson. Truly a mystery. That was truly the Eikoku Tante Mysteria. Well, guys, what a shocker. I'm so surprised. I could have never seen this coming. Yeah, there was no indication of this. I thought it was Holmes, actually.
ワトソン
Emily, what is it?
あなたはずっと前から私を助け
Watson, I might be a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I think I need to get my brain checked. You've been helping me for so very long now. You've supported me, haven't you?
それに
Ever since we were children.
ずっと前から私のことを本当に
Thank you so much.
ありがとう
Shyamalan had nothing on this out of nowhere twist. Emily? Hey, stay with me! Watson's voice, still ringing in my ears, seemed now distant, echoing across a chasm. I guess I made out with her so bad that she lost access to air in her lungs. And as his words grew quieter, my world faded and consciousness forsook me. I remembered who you are. I will now simply die. Watson, do you happen to be a neurologist? Yeah, he's just been like analyzing her this whole time. He's like, yeah, I have full confidence I can diagnose you with dumbass now.
She's gonna wake up in a vault at the bottom of the ocean. Pendleton's like, that's it. I'm done with this.
約束の指輪
You kidding me? There's like visible hand marks around her neck. You gotta be fucking with me, man.
She has like a thing across her shoulder too from a bullet grazing her. And she sneaked out of the mansion. Yeah, ain't no way he's letting her get away with that. Several days had passed since the occasion of the fox hunt in Richmond Park, and our ordeal pertaining thereto. Emily, finally, our hearts are no longer broken apart. Now, Mr. Clockman, please press the clear all Emily so that my Watson may be happy. Yeah, wow, Watson needs to be happy. He needs to get Emily out of his life. That would improve his life. Scotland Yard had taken Colonel Morin into their custody, charged with plotting to assassinate Her Majesty. Just Hideo Kojima it now. Nanomachines will save everything. The audacity and terror of his scheme was on the front page of every paper in London, stunning every citizen of England. Honestly, Emily is most likely passing out of embarrassment. Holy fuck, I'm so stupid. It's the nearly got herself choked out by a guy, got made out while she was still short of breath, passing out from embarrassment. She got the triple. With Morn's capture proving the existence of the clandestine Spellbound organization, Holmes is able to at last establish proof of his own innocence. If Emily is allowed to go back to school after this, I'll be surprised, right? None of us knew what had become of Jack the Ripper after that fateful night in the Baker Street alleyways. But having been declawed during his battle with Watson, it seemed unlikely he would continue his murdering spree anytime soon. Oh god, are they pulling like an Amnesia he died off screen? One day, after all of the commotion had finally subsided, a courier from the royal family came to deliver a message to Holmes, Watson, and I. I'm still not over Kent's route and Amnesia, by the way, being like, you avoided so much danger in Kent's route, but then they had to specifically, like, acknowledge that Ukyo dies. Like, what the fuck? A courier from the royal family came to deliver a message to Holmes, Watson, and I. To our great surprise, we were informed that Her Majesty wished to convey her thanks in person for our efforts in bringing the case to its conclusion. Emily simply experienced what we in the States referred to as a skill issue. The three of us made our way to Buckingham Palace, where she waited to receive us. I'd freaking laugh if Jack was still going to school, like no big deal, and no one recognized him still. Yeah, he's coming with a cast and everything, like, oh wow. What must have happened to him? Oh, I just got in a street tussle, no worries. And then, like, Watson being like, wow, that kind of looks exactly like where I punched the fucking Jack the Ripper guy. What a coincidence.
お久しぶりですね。あなた方にこうして会うのはチェルシーの一件以来でしょうか。
It's a pleasure to see all of you again. I don't believe we've had the occasion to meet since you assisted in finding my dear Chelsea. Rip Ukyo though, damn. Cloverworld really said there can only be one green man, right? It was a singular honor to stand in Her Majesty's presence, seeing her smile.
またあなたに助けられましたね。傷の具合はいかがです？
And now I have the good fortune to find myself in your debt once more, Emily. How were your injuries? I'm quite well now. They weren't especially significant to begin with, and I was in the care of a very skilled doctor. Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Alright, that's all you get out of me. It's time.
Alright, see you later. Boy, boy. I very genuinely want to parry the platypus kind of ongoing gag now, where people cannot recognize Jack when he's wearing or not wearing the hat for some godforsaken reason. I hope that happens in his route. This is when Holmes could do the funniest thing possible and reveal that this is all part of his master plan to get close to the queen and assassinate her. God, that would be based. Emily.
もうすっかり探偵の顔だわ。
I'm very pleased to see that you truly do look the part of a detective now. With all due respect, Your Majesty, I'm still an amateur. Without the aid of my friends, I'm afraid my achievements wouldn't amount to much. Your mother once said the very
そんな
same.
ことをおっしゃっていましたね。あなたの誠意に応
I
えら
see
れる
I
よ
shall
う
have to continue doing my
私も
utmost as
今ま
Britain's
で以
ruler
上に
to merit
国の
the
ため
courage and good faith we
力を尽
continue
く
to
しましょう。
display.
ありがとうございます、女王陛下。
Thank you, Your Majesty. I bowed my head before her. She smiled at me before then turning her attention to Holmes. Oh no, did her mom cause people a great deal of trouble for people too? I bet it runs in the family.
それからホームズジュニア あなたの活躍は耳にしていますよ。お父上にも引けを取らぬ名探偵だと。
As for you, Sherlock Holmes, I've heard much and more of your achievements. It would seem you have come into your own as a detective no less than your father. With all due respect, Your Majesty, I don't know what the fuck is going on at any given point in time, so I am disgustingly unqualified to be a detective. Yeah, everyone's just ready for me to run into like a murderer, so we like get the police in advance to just kind of hover around me and wait for one to pounce on me.
スコットランドヤードへの協力、そして私を
That's how she's
助
such
け
a
てく
good
れたこと
detective.
深く感謝します。
You have my deepest thanks for the considerable assistance you provided to Scotland Yard, as well as for your part in thwarting the attempt on my life.
あなたならその力で助けを求める者に手を差し伸べることができるはず。
I look forward to seeing you continue to put your keen mind and abilities to use, assisting those in need.
はい、ありが
I
とうござい
mean,
ます。
I guess being
女王
attractive bait is a skill itself. Just look at Haikyuu. Of course. Thank you, Your Majesty. She then moved to stand before Watson.
最後にワトソン・ジュニア
William Watson.
はい
Yes, Your Majesty.
あなたに
I
は
have something
お
I would
渡
like
し
to
したい
give
も
you.
のがあり
Come
ま
here.
す。
Oh, is he getting his own
Sa-
ring? I don't
こ
actually
ちら
I
へ
don't actually know if he had his own ring. I know Holmes did, but huh?
探偵に
To
必
be a
要な
good
もの
detective requires
推理
of
や
one's
ひらめ
skill in
き
an analytical
冷静さ
deduction, insight, and a collected disposition. William Watson, you are to be sentenced to death tomorrow morn.
ですがそれ以上
And to be beheaded
大切
for
なもの
our
があります
entertainment. However, there is one quality which stands above even those, a quality essential to those who elect to follow that path.
それは
And that is the
事件の渦中
capability
にい
to
る人
safeguard
間
and
を見
care
つ
for
め
those
守
whose
ろうと
lives
す
have
る
been
真
caught
摯
up in
な
the
姿
crimes
勢
you
と
investigate.
理屈より先にまず救いの手を差し伸べる気持ち、私たちが忘れてはならない助けたいという強い気持ちです。
The ability to prioritize extending a helping hand to others, rather than allow our actions to be dictated by pure logic, is a virtue of which we detectives must be ever mindful. Bonnie, insert a random remark. Thorny, hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing well.
あなたになら誰よりも相手を守り、
It's late. I just want to pet the
そ
Bonnie.
の
All
心
right,
に
here
寄り
you
添う
go.
こ
You
とが
can
で
pet
きる
me.
はずです。
My head is here. There you go. You, perhaps more than anyone, have within you that capacity to protect, to accept, and to support others. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the last chapter.
これはそんなあなたへの
My
期待の
head
証
is
です。
right here.
受け
Skate.
取ってください。
Which head? Oi. No. I am thus bestowing upon you this, as a symbol of the high expectations I have for you. Please accept it. Disgusting. A ring.
あなたからにじみ出す優しさと強さはこの先困窮する者か弱き者にも必ず希望を与えるでしょう。
The kindness and strength I see so manifest in you will no doubt serve as a source of great hope upon which the downtrodden and those of need can rely. You should always stay next to Emily because she is always in need.
頼りにしていますよ。ウィリアム・ヘイミッシュ・ワトソン。
I shall be counting on you, William H. Watson.
はい
I won't let you down.
ありがとうございます
Thank you, Your Majesty. Watson graciously accepted from her a ring that had both Her Majesty's name and his own engraved upon the inside of the band. Her Majesty is absolutely right. When it comes to supporting others, few can compare to Watson. I'm sure that with such an abiding sense of kindness upon which to draw, he'll become a fine detective in his own right. As I watched Watson stare down at his new ring, I felt a happiness bubbling up from within, as though I myself had been the recipient of so wonderful a recognition. I'm so happy for you, Watson! I never expected that Her Majesty would shower you with such compliments. I like the theory that every single character in this game has a secret plot to murder another character at any point in any route. And the only thing that determines if they murder or not is if Emily is within their immediate vicinity. You're right. It's because she's constantly monitored by the police because they know she'll get targeted by someone. So if she's near someone doing a murder attempt, they will not do it. Neither did I have to admit. Still, whilst I'm glad for the additional ease this will afford me in my future investigations, it seems nothing about who I am. When I look at this ring, I see in it proof of the support you two have given me.
謙虚な姿勢じゃないか。では、君の指輪は僕がミス・ホワイトリーが預かろうか。
How very modest of you. Perhaps one of us should look after it for safekeeping then. Hey, I'm not Lupin. Easy now, you know what I meant. Just then, I espied Pendleton standing by a carriage, clearly looking for me. Oh, he got the handcuffs ready. He about to stuff me into a cage. Oh, Pendleton, over here! I am taking you straight down into the ocean, milady. I have myself this inescapable water prison mansion made just for you, milady. I waved my arm to get his attention, but without thinking, I had defaulted to my injured arm. Oh, he's gonna freak out. I felt happiness bubbling up. No, Emily, that's the poison I slipped into your celebratory champagne when you weren't looking. Have fun dying slowly and painfully for the next 2 hours. Oh, just another Tuesday then. Ow. Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. It simply hurts a little when I move it too vigorously. That's all. Honestly, if you know it will make it hurt, why don't you try to avoid doing that? Don't scold her too much. That's one of those qualities about her that makes her cute, if you ask me. Oh, he likes girl failures. Yeah, I should have known. Hold on, Watson. What is that supposed to mean?
そのままの意味だよ。だいぶ治ってきてるみたいだね。傷の存在を忘れちゃうくらい。
It's a positive sign, actually. If you're inclined to use your arm naturally without being wary of the pain, I'd say the healing process is coming along quite nicely. Watson is a little based for that.
けど、さすがに女王陛下に呼ばれたからここに来れたけど、これから学校は？
Still, while I'm certain this outing was sanctioned on account of being an invitation from Her Majesty, what's to become of your enrollment at the academy? Oh, Pendleton had me stop going to the school. Right after this, we're going to the underwater prison that he prepared just for me. He was very pissed off about me jumping out the window. What? Pendleton's given me permission to begin attending again? What? No, not my goat. My goat would never. Pendleton, what's wrong with you? Lock her up. Throw away the key.
本当に？じゃあ、また学校に来れるんだね。
Also, Chief, get someone who will not actively put you in situations where you can die really easily. Really? You're finally coming back to school? My respect for you has dropped. My god! He spent too much time with Emily that he lost his own brain cells.
I am, but only when my shoulder has fully healed, without any visible mark remaining. That was his condition. For some reason, he seems to have stocked up on things to inflict bodily harm on me to make it so that... weird. It's almost like he intends for my shoulder to never heal. Weird.
そういうことです。
A completely fair one, I might add. And if there is a mark or blemish remaining, that's an entirely different matter. I'm worried by how much you're talking about an underwater prison. Is there one of these in this game? No. But I think he should do that. I think he should have just constructed an underwater, like, mansion so that she can't escape.
あなたが手を出してきたんですからね。
Yeah, if you try leaving the mansion, you will drown. And this is your fault, after all, and I'll be expecting you to treat it with the utmost care.
はい、責任は取ります。
Of course! Emily has consumed other characters. I'm very curious how fucking Holmes's route is gonna be. If she's gonna make him stupid, or if he's gonna just call her a dumbass. Of course!
Holmes and Watson waved goodbye to me as I climbed aboard the carriage. Once I was settled in, we began our journey back to the mansion. The figures of the two grew ever smaller, fading into the distance.
Pendleton just has to catch a criminal and needs the ultimate high school level bait.
I'll never forget the events of today. I'm so happy for you, Watson.
お嬢様。
I bet the queen pulled some strings. Yeah.
Let her go to school, please.
But she's a dumbass. She's going to die. I do hope you'll be able to resume your studies soon, my lady. Either result in Holmes's route would be funny, not gonna lie. True.
As do I, but I'm sure it will come in time. I have Watson tending to my recovery after all.
Knowing Emily, she would unintentionally find a way to destroy the mansion while also being able to float harmlessly up to the surface. She would. Also, she gets kidnapped right afterwards. Yeah, definitely.
Now that I think on it, I'd love to show you his horse. His name is Platinum Rain, and he's ever so gentle a beast. His gait is elegant, even at full gallop. Watson allowed me to ride with him once, and...
おや、それは
did
家
he?
から抜け
It
出し
wouldn't
た日で
happen
は
to
な
have
い
been
でし
the
ょう。
day you snuck out of the mansion, would it?
How did you know that?
That was the only time you escaped the mansion, Emily.
それにしても良かったじゃないか、ワトソン君。
Still, that's good news for you, Watson, is it not?
ああ、まあね。
She definitely does that intentionally. Yeah, she's a what do you call them? The something riders, the people that like always want to put themselves in danger by like bungee jumping and stuff. Yeah, she's one of those. But unfortunately, it's Britain in like the 15th century, so she can't go bungee jumping, and she has to. Yeah, adrenaline junkies. Yeah, she's an adrenaline junkie. I suppose so. The challenging part has only just begun, though. Okay, so I feel the need to tell you that I am basing every opinion I have of Emily on the last 20 minutes of stream, and you're correct about every single one of them. In regard to her shoulder, you mean?
ああ、彼女は女の子だし。
Yeah, danger prone. But definitely, I see. I like to imagine that that's why, like, whenever she hears of someone, like, almost getting shot, she's like, I gotta go over there! Not to prevent the shot, but, like, to feel the adrenaline! Yeah, she's a girl after all. I would feel terrible if she were to have any sort of permanent scarring. I do the very best I can for her sake. Maybe I do have great deductive reasoning. Barn Holmes at it again.
The two of them stood outside Buckingham Palace, looking around. Rather suddenly, The two realized they were even now being approached on all sides.
で、どうして俺ら包囲されてるんだ？
Do you have any idea who all these people are? What do they want with us?
あ
Oh,
あ
they're
君を取
taking
材に
us
来た
to
んだ
jail.
新聞記者の皆さんだ
You didn't forget where I was at. Wait, it's not the image. Anyway. Expect they've been hoping for an interview with you. They're newspaper reporters.
君も今日から女王陛下の探偵だからな
After all, you have now joined the prestigious ranks of Her Majesty's detectives.
彼らとはこれから長い付き合
Is
いが
this an unintended consequence of basically being a shut-in in the countryside for the majority of her life? Maybe. You'll come to find all of their faces familiar soon enough. Good luck. That's why she got herself trapped in the bear trap.
そういうの
She's an adrenaline junkie.
先が思いやられ
I've never been much good at things like these. This doesn't bode well for me.
笑顔だワトソン君ミス・ホワイトリーも
Oh,
新
hi
聞で
there, Dark
君のことを
Moon.
見るに
Hello,
違いない
hello. Oh, and be sure to smile, Watson. I'm sure Miss Whiteley will enjoy seeing your face in the morning edition.
プレッシャーかけるなって
Don't go piling on more pressure than is there already.
ワトソンジュニア女王陛下の
Watson
探偵として
Jr.,
ど
how
んな
does
お
it
気
feel
持
to
ちで
be
すか
inducted into Her Majesty's detectives?
そうですね
Oh, I won't be an easy turn, but I'll give it my best.
等身大のコメントでいいですね
There's some
こ
refreshing
っちにも
honesty
笑
right
顔お願
there.
いします
Can we have a smile for the photograph?
ありがとうございます
Thank you
こっ
very
ちにも
much.
コメント
Are
くだ
there
さ
any
い
comments you'd like to make?
やれや
Really?
れ適当な
Was
コメ
that
ント
half-hearted comment the most stirring statement he could muster? The next day at Harrington Academy.
なあ、ワタさん、お前、女王陛下の探偵
Congratulations,
になったん
Watson!
だってな。
I heard you're one of Her Majesty's detectives now.
うわびっくりしたなん
Whoa.
だよいきなり
Where did you come from? Watson wheeled around in surprise as Kobayashi seemed to materialize behind him.
ホームズも学園を休んで
Holmes
たし
has been gone for
ワトソン
some
もしばらく
time,
落ち込んでる
and
し
you'd seemed quite
心
downhearted.
配してたけど
I've been worrying for the both of you. You miss your little boyfriend, hmm?
新聞に大きくあなたのことが載っていたから驚いたわ
So you can imagine my surprise at seeing your face in the morning paper.
ああ
Yeah.
コメントも爽やかでいい感じですよちょっとやる気なさそうですけど
Your comment to the press was characteristically upbeat. Though I have to say, it did feel a little on the half-hearted side, don't you think? What, you don't like him saying subscribe to Starry Bunny Boy? Is that not enough?
あれはまあ若気の至りってあるだろ
Well, youth and wisdom seldom walk abreast, as some might put it.
でもこの写真いい笑顔ですよ少し引きつってますけど慣れてない感じがフレッシュっていうか
You've got a lovely smile in the photo... picture, though. A bit stiff, but that just adds to your charm, I suppose. Wait, why did he switch from photo to picture?
ルーピンもういいからそのことは
Lupin, can we please change the subject?
もう許してやってくれ
I think he's suffered enough. Leave him alone.
悔いているのね晴れ舞台で失敗なんてよくあることよ
You're regretting how it played out, aren't you? Still, that makes you just one among many who bungled their first moment in the limelight.
マープル傷に塩を塗るのはやめてくれ
Marple, could you not join the others in rubbing salt in my wounds?
ちょっと楽しいわ
She's doing it because she's like, you know, you're dating Emily. I'm gonna be mean to you. Should have been me, not you. There's a certain sort of amusement to be had in it.
でもすごいじゃないですかよかったですね
Still, it's quite the accomplishment to be recognized as one of Her Majesty's own detectives.
ああ
I suppose there is.
でも
Still,
Marpleや
all of
Lupin
you
も
already
みんな
have
持ってるよ
badges, don't you? Excluding our two exchange students.
女王陛下のお命を
You
救っ
did
たんで
prevent
す。
an assassination attempt
そ
on
れ
Her
は素晴
Majesty
らしい
after
こ
all.
とです。
You more than earned this.
明智
Akechi,
お前だけだよ
finally
俺
a
の味
voice
方
of
は
reason. Seems you're my sole ally here.
いえ、ミス・ホワイトリーが無事に学園に戻るまで
Until Miss Whiteley returns
あ
safely
な
to
た
school,
の味方か
I'm
と。
afraid I cannot say whether or not I'd consider myself your ally. Huh? Are you saying you're gonna pursue Miss Whiteley's hand in marriage?
おい明智
Damn it, Akechi!
あ、おめでとうございます。
Anyway,
これで
congratulations
どん
are
ど
in
ん
order.
ワトソン
No
君にも
doubt you'll soon have
依頼
plenty
が
of work
舞い込ん
coming
でく
your
るんじゃ
way.
ないですか。
I wouldn't be so sure of it.
俺は
I
ホー
already
ムズ
have
の
nearly
年
all
だけ
the
でも
work I can handle
結構
just being
忙しい
Holmes's assistant after all.
でも
Now that you've dropped your
Watson
old
君が明る
crestfallen
いと
fellow routine,
クラス
the
の雰囲
atmosphere
気
in
も
the
明るくな
classroom
りま
is
すね。
all the brighter for it.
ああ
True, not to
Holmes
mention
も戻ってき
Holmes's
たな
return.
でもよかったじゃない。スペルバウンドの存在が明らかになってあなたの容疑も晴れたわけだし、ワトソンのおかげでしょ。
I'm glad for you too, Holmes. Now that you've been able to show conclusive proof of Spellbound's existence, you're no longer a suspect in that dreadful murder. You owe that to Watson too.
ワトソンにお礼を言ったの？
You've thanked him for his efforts, haven't you? Of course you haven't. I know what kind of person you are.
当然だ。
You're a bitch. Of course I have. In the most offhandedly insulting way I could ever muster, as you know.
言われてないけどいてててて
I don't remember that. The way Emily infects the root boys with dumbass disease and danger seeking is the same way Chitanda infects the main guy in Hyoka to satisfy her curiosity. Holmes has planted his foot squarely on Watson's toes, knowing exactly where to apply pressure to cause the greatest discomfort. So practiced was this motion, the others seemed to scarcely notice it. Suddenly, Watson began to scan the classroom, feeling as though something was amiss but unable to put his finger on exactly what. Oh, did you just notice Jack the Ripper isn't here? He's probably recovering from you beating his shit in.
そういえばジャックはいないのか
You know, come to think of it, is Jack not in today?
彼は
He's had to
ご
take
家
a
族
leave
の
of
事情で
absence for a while.
しばらく
Family business,
休
it
学す
sounded
るんだ
like.
そうです。
Very unfortunate.
残念ですね。
Okay, good. He's not a dumbass. He didn't come to school with his very visible injuries from his tussle with Watson. How long did it take them to notice? I feel like it's been a few days, yeah.
そっか言ってくれればよかったのに
Really? I wish he would have at least said something before he left.
であいつはいつ学校に来られるんだ
So, when's Emily gonna be coming back to school?
ああいつ頃かな
That I can't say.
今日の帰り、あなたを囲んでお祝いしようとミス・マープルが計画していたのですが。
Miss Marple has been planning a little celebration for you after school today. Would have been mad funny if he came to school, but no one connected the dots.
時間はありますか
Where's Jack? Jack's sitting in the corner. I'm right here, guys. But do you think you'll have the time?
今日の帰り
I should stop by and visit Emily after school. I want to check on how her arm is feeling and...
それに
Watson, are you even paying attention?
人の話を
This dumbass is really running around being named Jack the Ripper when Jack is his real name and he conveniently disappears around the same time Jack the Ripper disappears. Yeah. and no one's connected the dots.
まるで上の空ね。
Just as I thought. The lights are on, but there's no one at home.
多分
I imagine he's probably got his mind on Miss
考
Whiteley
え
at
て
the
るんじゃない
moment.
ですか。
He's so lucky the cast are freaking idiots.
なあ
Hey,
俺に
I have an
考えが
idea. How about on the way home?
今日
Oh my, I like that. World's greatest detectives, my ass. In a hushed whisper, Kobayashi related his plan,
and together they all nodded their agreement. Only Watson, oblivious to all that was taking place around him, remained in the dark. Later that day, at the Whiteley mansion, it's just about that time. Lessons will finally be over for the day, and everyone will begin making their way home. Can't wait until I'm back at school myself. Will Watson come to visit today? I peered out the window, just as I had that morning on the day of the hunt. I felt a sense that if I did so, Watson would be waiting for me below as he had then, with his big-ass arms. Suddenly, I heard a knocking at my door, followed by Pendleton's voice.
My lady, may I come in?
Of course. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yeah, I'm here to make sure that you didn't stab or burn yourself in the 5 minutes that I've left you alone. Good to know that you haven't done anything that dumb. You have a visitor. World's greatest detective, my ass.
A visitor? Is it...
I shall let you dispense with the guesswork. Come in.
At Pendleton's call, someone appeared behind him.
Hello, Emily. How's your shoulder feeling today?
Watson, you came!
That I did. Disgusting. I'm getting out of here.
Watson flashed me a kind smile.
Well, I'll leave the two of you to it. Remember, Watson, I'm counting on you to make sure my lady isn't burdened with any lasting marks of scars.
A visitor? Is it...
Why, yes, lady. It's Jack the Ripper. He was my last chance at finally getting rid of you. On my honor. I swear to God, if during Jack's route he lets Jack the Ripper in her room, I will laugh so hard.
Watson gave a short bow to Pendleton. The door closed, and we heard the sound of Pendleton's footfalls as he descended the stairs. Thank you. Oh, hey there, Neon! You've been stopping by every day.
気にするなよ。俺も来たくて来てるんだし。君に怪我させたのも俺なんだしさ。
Don't let it trouble you. I came because I want to. And because it's my fault you were injured.
It's always my fault. You know that's not true. You saved me, so please, don't apologize. That was my own dumbassery. You know how it be.
Thank you, Emily. Anyhow,
let's have a look, shall we? Watson made it sound like the simple medical checkup it was, but each time I showed him required me to unbutton my blouse.
Yo?
Alright. I'm sorry.
Do I need to get Barney in here?
なんで君が謝るんだ?
Sorry. Oh, whatever for. There's nothing to apologize about. Watson chuckled calmly.
You really think so? I showed him the wound on my shoulder, unable to help feeling rather embarrassed about exposing myself in such a manner. But dwelling over long on what I was doing only served to increase my discomfort, so I tried to shrug it off and embrace an air of nonchalance.
かなり塞がって綺麗になってるな。これなら跡を残さずに済みそうだ。
Ah, good. It seems to be healing up nicely. At this rate, I don't believe you need to worry about it leaving a mark. I need Jack's route to go the entire time without anyone catching on to the fact that he's John Ripper. And then the last convo of the game is, so Emily, you know I was Jack the Ripper, right?
Eh?
The credits roll. That would be based.
きっと年明けには綺麗に消えてなくなってる。
By next year, it should be as though it was never there. You'll be able to wear whatever sort of dress that you want.
Watson wasn't behaving strangely towards me at all. Not that I wished him to, of course. His mannerisms were direct and straightforward. He the doctor, and I the patient. And yet I couldn't help but feel somewhat sad that his behavior towards me was so normal. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Despite my saying so, however, there was something within me that made me feel dissatisfied.
嬉しくないの？でも傷は跡形なく消えた方がいいだろ？君は女の子なんだし。
Watson, I'm counting on you to make sure my lady doesn't have any lasting marks or scars.
Pendleton, I apologize, but the marks on my scars may last for another 9 months if this scene is going
how I think it's going. I thought you'd be happier about it. I mean, you want it to heal up like it never happened, don't you?
学校を卒業したら
As a woman, once you've graduated, you'll surely find a suitable marriage partner. Ugh, what am I saying?
俺何言ってんだ？
I'm slapping myself in the head right now at that. Watson, what the fuck are you talking about? You dumbass. You guys literally made out. Don't be talking as if this doesn't concern you.
Watson forced a smile, looking directly at me.
Oh, is he accepting that he's gonna be a concubine? He's like, yeah, I'm not from a rich family, so you gotta get married to someone else.
His face as he tended to me was so full of kindness that I couldn't help but feel a certain sadness. I know. It's strange though. I feel like I'll be sad to see it finally disappear.
Yeah, Watson, what the fuck are you talking about? We're talking about Emily's arm. How does that relate to marriage? Well, as long as her arm is injured, she can't get any marriage offers, because I guess her arm would be so unsightly. I'm gonna have to do something about that, huh?
Perhaps because I get the sense that once it disappears, he'll gradually recede from my life, just like the traces of that wound. The words have left my mouth before I had even weighed whether to say them.
This is the heartbreaking. It is! And then Emily's gonna die. And then Watson is gonna come to the mansion to, like, look at her in her casket.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's come over me. Besides, ever since the incident in Richmond Park, Pendleton seems to have really begun to trust you.
I wouldn't trust you after that.
そうかな。
That sounds like a skill issue.
トゲを感じるんだけど。
Really? That's not the impression I get from the way he talks to me. Did you get a scar on your arm in brave and courageous service of Queen and country? Disgusting. Back to the bell tower with you, hunchback.
I'm certain of it, though. That way he looked at you earlier is the way he looks at people with whom he feels safe placing his trust.
That trust is certainly unfounded, though.
そうか。君がそこまで言うなら、少しは安心していいかな。
Well, if you say so. Perhaps it was just my imagination then.
Suddenly, I heard another knock at my chamber door.
ワトソン君、消毒はまだ終わりませんか？
Have you still not finished disinfecting the wound, Watson?
I could hear Pendleton speaking from the other side of the door.
はい、今終わります。
Almost. Just about finished.
Watson finished his treatment and helped me button up my blouse, returning me to a state of decency. Thank you.
You two better not have been doing anything freaky. Well, I can't have other men taking a peek after all. Okay. Alright. He smiled and gently planted a kiss on my forehead. Okay, yeah, I think he's just accepted that he's a concubine and that he can't marry her.
Oh? It happened so suddenly that I was scarcely able to process it until it had happened.
お嬢様、開けますよ。
My lady, I'm coming in.
Alright, I'm decent.
I'd better hope you are, with Watson in there.
The moment I gave him my permission, Pendleton stepped into the room, composed as he always was. In his eyes, the look of trust about which I had just told Watson was not visible in the slightest. Pendleton looks rather imposing.
あなたが傷の手当てをしているのでなければ、とっくに引き剥がしているところです。
If not for your administering treatment to her wound, I would have separated the two of you long ago.
But no sooner had Pendleton begun to speak than Holmes entered the room as well.
ペンデルトンさんの言う通りだ。
I share Pendleton's point of view, Watson.
せっかく見舞いに来たというのに。
After all, think of how we must feel coming all this way to visit and being forced to bide our time outside.
ホームズ
Holmes, you never expressed any intention to come visit. Okay, I think here will be the last for today for London Detective Mysteria. I think next stream, this feels like the end of Watson's route. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like next stream will probably be the end of Watson's route. So I will make a poll on the Discord to decide which route we're playing next. I'm pretty sure I know what one we're playing next, but this is a democracy, so we'll see if Lupin doesn't win. I doubt it, but we'll see. I certainly hope so, because what else could happen? Yeah. Oh, you would be surprised. Another attempt on Emily's life, perhaps. Okay, but yeah, I am gonna go on a quick break to get something to eat, and then we will play some Umineko. So see you guys in a bit.